Hello everyone and welcome back to Cuphead.
On the last episode we played Cuphead, in this episode we're playing Cuphead.
We're still playing Cuphead.
Yep, that's about it.
Now this episode I actually do start editing stuff out.
Heck yeah.
Now what I'm about to fight here I think is supposed to be the first boss you fight. However, I don't know why. I actually find him one of the hardest bosses in this area.
Coolio, alright.
For a boss with like 3 attacks, they're oddly difficult to dodge. And also, we're going to equip our first super, the horizontal milk laser, Goopy Le Grande and Ruse of an Ooze.
Ooh.
It's.
Aw,
I think he's supposed to be a slime.
I think so too. We're a water droppy. Yeah.
This is basically this is basically the fight.
I actually haven't seen this guy yet. I'm
Really?
happy. No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? Huh.
I haven't seen this guy. Like, just being on the internet just shows you a bunch of boss spoilers.
Yeah.
Like, through thumbnails and whatnot.
But yeah, again, it's like right next to the entrance, right next to the first level.
Boy.
I think, you can also duck underneath his punch attack. No one figures that out for some reason. Although you practically need to do this in order to do it on Expert, because he jumps so quickly and does this so quickly too. Yeah, he's right next to the exit. Oh, by the way, you can also parry on these question marks. He eats something and then he turns big. And here's the milk laser.
Oh my.
Drink up, boys. Alright.
He needs his milk.
That does a lot more damage than it looks like it would do,
And
honestly.
an actual punch.
It's...
Look at this smile boy.
But yeah, he's jumping around, and where he jumps, I think is like kind of randomized in front of him. My best strategy is to more or less just dash to where he was, because that's like where he's very unlikely to end up. So that's basically my strategy. This works on most difficulties. I think he just like bounces faster on the harder difficulties too.
So you are playing this guy. Aww.
Yeah, once again, all of these fights are an expert. It's just kind of hard to tell with this one because it's one of the first fights of the game.
Look at you made a tombstone.
I do really like this. He also slams a lot faster, and he does it more often in this phase. He goes back and forth like 4 times before hitting you. Now he does it like twice.
No, okay, there you go. So you can teleport now.
By the way, if I didn't take that hit as he was going to his next form, I would have gotten a perfect score on this fight.
Gosh darn it, Adam.
You know what? I wonder if I should try and get all the S ranks.
You could always try. Do you get any? Oh, that's a... Oh, it's
I
a
think you
knockout.
get something if you get... I think you get a Technicolor filter if you get enough A+ ranks.
I like how they're just playing around with color. Is one like sepia tone? Because so one's black and white.
The only 2 I know of are black and white and Technicolor. Yeah, see, I would have gotten an S if I if I did that. If you get a perfect score, the text does, instead of saying a brand new score, it says, golly, a perfect score.
Golly gee whiz, Batman. Yep.
So yeah, that fight's pretty fun. If a bit of a pain in the butt, honestly.
Alright, you did it. You got the soul.
I love that little horn.
We did a Reddit.
Alright. You don't even use Reddit.
Works anyway.
What's that? You 2 want to fly in a plane like I do? Ah! You're not staying in any cockpit till you study those blueprints.
2. Did you ditch Mugman?
One very small problem I do have with the text in this game is that they don't change it for when you're playing 1-player or 2-player.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, so this game has shoot-'em-up sections, and they can get pretty Toho at times.
I don't think I'd ever compare Cuphead to Anime Girls,
Yeah.
but okay.
So, like in regular mode, you have a parry move, and you also have a super. I love the super, by the way. You turn into a missile, and then you ram into stuff and it does a load of damage. You also have a shrink button. You become a teeny tiny Cuphead.
Teeny tiny plane.
Teeny tiny plane.
Alright, so
Yeah.
you gonna shoot him up?
We get it, we get it. It's...
You can be small boy and big boy.
Being small increases your evasion, although it makes it so you basically can't hit anything.
That makes sense.
It's required for some of these fights. Hildeberg and Threatening Zeppelin.
Oh, okay. We're gonna do...
So this lady is a blimp.
Oh, she's on a unicycle. She's like an olive oil
I love that
nose.
ha attack. So the thing you will immediately notice about this fight, now Periodically throughout this fight, you have these little airplanes firing at you. You have the purple ones and the green ones. The purple ones fire 5 shots at you, and in the original fight, they only appear during the last phase of this. But they just go through the whole thing here. Also, her attacks are more dangerous, and some of her homing attacks are more accurate. Huh. Yeah. So how this fight works is, you hit her enough times, and then she'll like, fire herself at you, and then turn into a constellation. There are 3, however, in expert mode, she coincidentally turns into the 2 hardest to deal with.
So that's Capricorn, and the last one was Gemini?
Yeah, this one's Capricorn. She also has Taurus, which is very easy to dodge. You just need to, like, stay out of her x-axis, basically. These homing stars are far more aggressive on expert. Like, they go straight towards you.
So are there ones for all of the star signs?
No, there's only 3.
Dang.
Would that be like, what, 12 new forms?
But it'll be different for everyone.
Actually, there is a boss fight that they made 9 bosses for. We'll get to that one later. Now, what do you think she's gonna do?
This. Doors. Oh, okay.
She's the moon now.
She's just the moon from Soul Eater.
She does kind of look like that, actually. These UFOs, the red ones fire when they get close to you. The yellow ones fire early, and you can get in the back to avoid them. You cannot get into the back to avoid the red ones. That's the strategy for taking care of these. I make this fight look kind of easy, but this took me like an hour to do. This is probably one of the hardest fights when you compare the normal mode to the expert mode, in my opinion.
Big moon lady. A knockout. You did it, Adam.
Yeah, this was a really tough one. I got hit in the last second. Again, your hitboxes are turned off. Or at least you can't lose life during the results screen.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I like that one a lot.
A-. Yay, you're passing. So I think we saw somewhere posted that the miscolorations with Cuphead and Cuphead are intentional.
If you've ever noticed, Cuphead's shoe and glove color are different from the title screen, the overworld screen, the results screen, and actual gameplay, and this is actually a reference.
So, like, all of them is colored.
Yeah.
Good cartoon boys.
Because that happened back then. Oh, Cagney Carnation and Floor Flurry. This is probably one of my favorite fights in the game.
I think I've seen this boss
I've
before.
shown you this boss, actually. Actually, this is the fight I show people when I want to show them what Cuphead is all about. This fight, I like Cagney because he follows my life philosophy of getting the hard part out of the way first. This first form is pretty ruthless. In in normal mode, he alternates between like 4 different attacks. In expert, his first form he will only do this like shotgun attack, which litters the field with these seeds that spawns monsters, and it's very hard to deal with everything. It teaches you crowd control. It teaches you the importance of the lock-on button. One thing you will notice about this fight, too, is that it kind of teaches you how liberal this game is with its hitboxes. The vines do not actually hurt you. It's just the seeds and the...
Oh, big boy.
It's just the seeds and the little, like, chompers that do. The second form, the boomerang attack is faster, and the little carrot attack, he fires 4 of them now. Honestly, this is probably this fight gets easier as you go along, in my opinion.
I actually first saw this guy through a meme comparing him to Flowey.
Flowey? Oh, jeez. Yeah, they are kind of demonic plants.
Oh, speaking of that, we are recording this a bit in advance. Has this game become, like, Homestuck level? No, what am I talking about? It could be Homestuck 2, Undertale level of fandom fun.
It's...
Like...
Down...
Is it gonna be this game?
I don't know. Alright. Now, third form, this looks intimidating, but it really isn't. All he does is he makes it so you can't stand on 2 of the platforms every now and then. And the only other attack he does outside of that is he fires his little, like, pollen things. Like little cotton balls. And, yeah, this is basically it. Some of them are pink that you can parry off of. But other than that, I just like to switch to the normal weapon and just stay off of the the stuff that you clearly can't. I feel like he kind of homes in and deliberately puts
that's
vines.
a creepy face.
I feel like he deliberately puts vines on the ones you can't stand on in Expert. I think it's more random in normal mode, but yeah, that's Cagney.
There we go.
I love this boss fight so much. That is a really fun one.
I like how you say it apparently takes you hours, and you have the courtesy to cut it down so it doesn't take you hours.
Yeah. There are a few fights later on where I do leave in a couple deaths for particular reasons that I will share when that time comes.
Such a happy boy.
You know, one thing Vinesauce brought up, which I actually do really enjoy as well. Have you ever noticed in old cartoons some, Oh, 1 second.
Okay, he's checking his phone.
Actually gotta bring something up real quick.
What did Vinesauce say?
So we're gonna go to the dye house.
Adam, what did Vinesauce say?
I'll bring it up later.
Oh, I like this boy. I've seen him before. I don't think you can hurt him.
I'm Mr. King Dice. I'm the gamest in the land. I never play nice. I'm the devil's right-hand man. I can't let you pass, 'cause you ain't done everything. Bring me those contracts. Come on, bring 'em to the king. If you haven't finished your task, you haven't...
Adam,
What?
I don't want to play this game anymore.
I love the songs in this game. Guys, hang on. Thank
Too
the
bad
stars
I
to
can't
help with
hear
you.
'em.
I believe I found a way out of this mess you're in. Hot dog, you have?
Dog. What? What, Adam?
That face cup mug van makes, I love so much I just had to zoom in on it. Golly, do you really think? I do, but you'll never get close to the devil unless you already have those soul contracts in hand. Only then will you get a chance to turn the tables on that fiend. So when the time comes, do the right thing.
But Adam, what did Vinesauce say?
He, have you ever noticed in old cartoons, some elements are, like, more colored
Yeah.
and, like, moving?
Yeah.
It's like the backgrounds are painted, but anything that's a foreground element, like this roller coaster right here...
It means it can move. It will
yeah.
move.
Yeah, it means it can move. I love that. That's such a charming thing of the era. This guy tells you how many times you've died. This was just the death in my normal run, the one that was not on the expert mode. My expert mode run is like 200 deaths.
Oh, dear.
Maybe even more, because again, this game gets pretty difficult. By the way, talk to this guy before you do the pyramid level, just trust me. He added an upgrade to your plane. You can now fire bombs that go in a little arc.
Sweet. Try it out.
Try it out. Your
Look
airplanes
at
are
this
now...
boy.
Is he a missile?
He has a bit of a cap.
He's a boy who has turned into a missile.
You see, I don't like how he doesn't have a body like Cuphead or Mugman.
Oh, I'm gonna go back real quick because I want to sing the song more. No, because
Oh, no.
after you beat the first world, this Axeman moves and you can get this hidden coin.
Yay.
That's pretty cool. I think there's a hidden thing in every world. There's a hidden coin, and also some extra coins you can get off screen, or you can get in the overworld.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so what fun world are we going to next? We got these.
Who ever heard of a barbershop trio?
We need a quartet.
If we can't find our fourth member, we'll never sound right again. Be a pal and let us know if you spot him, won't you? You don't really get much for helping them, but I'm going to anyway.
Because they're...
Djimmi the Great in Pyramid Peril.
Oh, I know this boy.
You've probably seen this fight.
I've seen
this fight
boy.
has been everywhere.
Yeah, I think you even showed me this boy.
I really like this fight, actually.
It's like the Kingdom Hearts boss battle where you, like, fight Jafar
By the
around
way,
the whole city.
That little smoke can't hurt you. I see so many people avoid it thinking it can. So how this fight works,
Oh, I love him. I love the
I love the face he makes.
He's in pain. It's obvious.
The eyes say... The mouth says yes, but the eyes say please stop. Also, I don't know why those little goblets kept firing at me. That first form, he can do one of 3 attacks. One, he fires cat sarcophagi at you. Another one, he fires swords. In my opinion, the swords are the easiest to dodge.
Swords.
This one is... I think how they change it is they just make it go faster. This section I'm not really a fan of. I feel very claustrophobic when I do it. Also, watch this face when he comes out. Yay!
He's a happy leech boy who shoots out his eyes.
By the way, if you're playing this on normal mode, you can just sit in the back and those won't touch you if you're on like the same X-plane as them. In Expert, you need to go a little bit closer. You can see how I'm kind of staying in the middle and they're not hurting me. I feel this is like a tip you need to know in order to not take damage on this phase. And this is actually the easiest phase in my opinion.
He's got some Saturn eyes.
It's... Okay.
Oh, he's sad, Adam.
Now, this form I take offense with. The fourth form. Oh. Okay, I knew he was coming, by the way.
Look
Okay,
at his shoes.
Okay, now Cuphead. I love you, Cuphead. Pinocchio is my favorite Disney movie, but this form is stupid.
He's trying to be Mugman.
I feel there's way too much going on in this form. And I always find myself taking a hit on him. It's the floating turban that always gets me. Like that, it fires shots at the most random times. Sometimes I just do that to avoid taking a hit, because it does technically give you invincibility frames. There we go.
Oh, you heard him.
That's the hardest phase right there. And then we got...
Yeah, there's my big boy.
This part is fun. Although I typically try to conserve health for this form, because I always take hits on it for some reason.
Is that Bill Cipher? You made him mad.
Ooh, okay, and there's the tiny plane coming in handy. There we go.
You did it. You heard him.
I think this is a very definitive fight in the game. Like, you have to use a lot of what you've learned in order to get through it. I really like that battle.
Here we go. Just for a fair warning, are there any more lyrical songs that you're gonna sing along to?
We'll find out.
Oh god, that means there are. Help.
A brand new record.
You did it. You got your record. Alright, so who's next?
I think we do the roller coaster. Oh, by the... So, I didn't get a chance to read that, but what you might have noticed is I actually played that on simple mode, like off-screen. You still saw the expert run, but apparently you need to beat a level on at least regular in order to get the soul contract, so I just did it again.
Huh.
I kind of wish that wasn't the case, because this game gets really difficult, and you need to to get all the contracts before you move on. Like, you really can't play this game on...
Beppi the Clown?
Beppi the Clown in Carnival Kerfuffle. You really can't play this game on easy mode because of that.
Oh, he's my favorite. He's my favorite.
I love the face he makes when he, like, twists his head towards you. Oh, I also die a couple times on this fight. This battle gives a lot of people trouble, actually. Many consider this the hardest boss in the second world. I love the...
Stop!
I love the face he makes when he, like, tilts his head towards you. Yeah! Yeah, you see that?
Such a happy boy.
This is one of few fights, too, where I think the lobber is actually a really good idea.
Adam!
What? This is what it's like playing on expert mode, alright?
You're up, Adam. Such a happy boy.
I feel like you can actually get behind him, although there's not really much of a point to it. And as you might be able to expect, the pink ducks you can parry off of.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, you heard him.
Big missed opportunity. I think that should have been the Wilhelm scream when he fell down. Or the Goofy scream. Alright, so now we have the balloon animal segment. This part, there are more like valves that the balloons can come out of, and sometimes he'll spawn like 6 of them at once, which is pretty absurd. And also, the roller coaster comes immediately. In the original fight, they gave you like a couple seconds. And then we have... I love this horse.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
I love how his... Oh.
You die.
Knock, knock, who's there? Charlie Hooch, Charlie Horse.
Oh.
Again, every single phase of every single boss has a death quote. It's actually, someone made a compilation of them on YouTube, and I recommend watching it. It's kind of funny. It's...
Oh, fun. So I think I've seen this guy's second phase before, like the face. Like, I think I told you that it doesn't matter what the boss looks like, it matters what their movements are, which like kind of spoils it. So even though I've seen these guys before, I've only seen them in still frames.
Yeah.
And that does not translate to the amazing animation of this game. Just spray all that milk. So is that like his blood?
What?
The milk?
The milk?
Is that even milk?
I don't know. Okay, the green horse can... I hate the green horse. There's a green horse and a yellow horse, and both do different attacks. The green one fires these Medusa head style shots. The yellow one just fires this, and then you stay in a place and you don't get hit. Okay, now what I do right here is really risky. I stand right next to it as he's coming up, and thankfully I killed him in time to jump up on the train.
You did it.
You can parry on the train's nose, which you might not realize, but yeah, you can do that.
Alright, where is he? There
What do you think
is.
he's gonna turn into?
I'm Carousel now?
He's gonna turn into a spinny boy.
Oh, a spin boy. His face looks like a Rick and Morty face. Speaking of fandoms that got out of hand.
Okay, these penguins are actually the worst part of the fight.
I love them,
They
though.
fire baseballs at you, and it's really hard to dodge them. I always take a hit.
I love them. Oh, no.
Want a little bit of a fun fact?
What?
This is the first boss I A+'d.
Oh,
Of course it's the clown fight no one likes.
a knockout.
There we go. That is scary. How that
You see
happens.
his tongue. It's like how messed up old cartoons can get,
What are
especially
the
these
logistics
guys.
of that body. Like,
The logistics is they want to scare you. That's like how all old cartoons work. Like, what if we freak them out?
this game is more based off of like Fletcher animations
Yeah.
than Disney animation,
Oh,
and
I
it's
know.
kind of clear if
That's
you.
why it's called the Inkwell Isle.
The
It's a reference to them.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I think it's it. That's it for this episode.
Sweet.
Beppi the Clown.
Beppi.
Beppi.
Beppi. The Clown. Alright, next time we'll play more
Next time
Cuphead.
we'll have a Funhouse Frazzle.
Yeah, that.